Hello and welcome to the Proverbs Daily Devotional. Today we're going to talk about heart trouble and what the Proverbs has to say about that. A major cause of death in the world is heart trouble. Not heart attacks or heart failure, but heart trouble brought on by anxiety and low-grade depression. More people are feeling inside with this discontentment, insecurity, doubt, unrest, and uncertainty. One solution for a troubled heart is a friend who can give wise words. When trials begin, they can take an emotional toll. And when we start to feel down on ourselves, ungodly remedies to our problems start looking good. And negative people will just start showing up and will only aggravate the problem. The Proverbs here warn us of deceit and counsel of evil as solutions. We are to seek counselors of peace instead. The term peace describes much more than just free of disturbance or unsettling thoughts. The Hebrew word is shalom, which has peace, prosperity, wealth, health, completeness, safety, and rest. It's more of a kingdom or a God word. We must seek people who think and speak with the mind of God. They don't just try to cheer us up, they offer hope and encouragement so that we can respond with God to our struggles. So our first verse will be Proverbs chapter 20, verse 5. The purposes of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. The thoughts and intentions of a person lie deep within, and deep doesn't mean profound. Think of a deep well, where reaching the water requires work and effort. Just the same, reaching the thoughts and intentions deep within a troubled heart takes work and effort, but a wise, discerning, godly friend can help get there. Sometimes we need someone to help us examine ourselves. So while many are unsettled and seeking inner peace, medicine can't fully relieve that pain of that troubled heart. It takes a friend who is in tune into our troubles and tunes into that. And there are few of us that are even aware that people are hurting. And it's important that people that have heart pain find a good godly person to help them. Look at Job's friends. They provided terrible advice and spoke unwisely. And many are in need of someone that allows God to speak through them, the wisdom of God's words. I think that's what Paul had in mind in Galatians 6:2, where he says, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. We find at least 6 different troubled hearts in these Proverbs. So let's look at each one. Heart number 1 is a heart of deceit. Proverbs 12:20 says, deceit is in the hearts of those who plot evil, but those who promote peace have joy. That's Proverbs 12:20. Deceit describes someone who misleads another so that they act on false information. This can be intentional or a result of a fool leading another fool. People who plot evil rarely think of themselves as being dishonest or corrupt. They use deception to rationalize their deeds as good, often thinking the end justifies the means. Keep in mind that the tendency to rationalize behavior when times get rough, and always keep people who plot evil out of your close friends. The next heart we want to look at is the heavy heart. Proverbs 12:25 says, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. The Hebrew word for anxiety means care, fear, sorry, or heaviness. This is referring to caring about something that they can't do anything about. Important that we remember to keep counselors of peace close by to lift us out of these burdens. The next heart is a heart of sorrow. Proverbs 14:13 says, even in laughter the heart may ache, and rejoicing may end in grief. Ever heard of the saying, sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying? Well, sometimes losses in life bring us down, and it takes all of our strength to make it through the day. Laughter often offers a brief relief, and we need someone to remind us that this too will pass. The next heart, number 4, is the faithless heart. Proverbs 14:14 says, the faithless will be fully repaid for their ways, and the good rewarded for theirs. The Hebrew for faithless expresses the idea of turning away or deteriorating. We are people that are often looking for God in submitting to His will in His way, or we are people that have turned away from God and pursuing our own paths. Which one are we? That's another heart that we have to, that the Proverbs talks about. Number 5 is a heart of pride. Proverbs 16:5 reads, the Lord detests all the proud of heart. Be sure of this, they will not go unpunished. In Proverbs 18:12 says, before a fall the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. The Hebrew word proud or haughty means high and exalted, referring to an exalted view of yourself or oneself that is improper and so a moral failure. God detests a sinner's self-exaltation. It's even a terrible sight. It's like watching a decaying corpse try to win a beauty contest. Pride is thinking of yourself more highly than you should. What we need more of is humility, as the proverb says, and that humility comes before honor. And that's thinking not less of yourself, but thinking less of yourself, or thinking of yourself less. So it's not putting yourself down per se, it's actually just thinking of others instead of yourself. And the last heart is the angry heart. Proverbs 19:3 says, a person's own folly leads to their ruin, yet their heart rages against the Lord. Some folks remain continually angry and depressed because of their own folly or foolishness keeps them in a storm of continual trouble. That is something that is quite obvious with the people that have that rage in their heart, is that they really can't get themselves out of their bad situation because they're raging and they just can't do anything actually productive to get themselves out. And we need to steer clear of that. So it's hard to say how many people live with these kind of heart trouble, but sometimes it's hard to detect when people are in need of help with their troubles. Proverbs 20, verse 11 and 12 gives us some ideas. Even small children are known by their actions. So is their conduct really pure and upright? Ears that hear and eyes that see, the Lord has made them both. So the Lord has given us some eyes and ears to see and hear. Let us ask God to use them so that we can see the pain in others and offer help to those in troubled times. Also important is to ask others to offer feedback for ourselves so that we can identify areas that we have issues with. Proverbs 16:23 and 24 says, the heart of the wise make their mouths prudent, and their lips promote instruction. Gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. God is pleased when we choose to allow Him to control what we say and use our words of encouragement. Think of Exodus 4:12 when God told Moses, now go and I will help you speak and will teach you what to say. So we need to be concerned if we have any of these kind of heart troubles that we went over, these 6 hearts. And we need to seek a friend that is godly and wise, with godly wisdom to help us through those times. And if we also need to be attuned to others so that we see the pain in other people, so that we can actually help speak wisdom to them and encouragement and comfort and get them through their hard times. That's what the Proverbs in this area of Proverbs is talking to us about, and we need to help make sure we apply that to our lives so that we can make meaningful change and be effective Christians for Christ. So this ends this Proverbs daily devotional, and I hope you join me next time. Thanks, and have a great day.